Hey, welcome back. You know that feeling when you're stuck between two fitness goals? Like you want to build muscle, but you also want to lose fat. It honestly feels like you're trying to drive a car in two different directions at the same time, right? Well, what if I told you there's a way to actually do both at the same time? That's exactly what we're going to break down today.
So, this is the million-dollar question in fitness, isn't it? For years, the old school advice was always to pick one path. You either do a bulking phase to gain muscle and, some fat with it, or you do a cutting phase to lose the fat and hopefully not too much muscle. But what if that's not the only way? What if you could actually pull off both goals at once?
And the answer is a big, loud yes. It's a process called body recomposition, or recomp for short. Now, this isn't some kind of magic trick, it's straight up science. It's all about carefully balancing your training and your nutrition to basically tell your body, hey, let's build some muscle over here and let's burn some fat over there. It's pretty much the holy grail of physical transformation. Okay, so how in the world do we actually do it? Well, it all starts with the very first of our three pillars, strength training. And let me be clear, this part is completely non-negotiable. This is the signal you have to send your body that says, hey, we need to build and hang on to this muscle. So if you look at the game plan, it's actually pretty simple. We're not talking about living in the gym 7 days a week. The goal is to train effectively about 3 to 4 times a week. And you want to focus on those big compound movements, things like squats, push-ups, pull-ups, and other kinds of weightlifting. These exercises use so many muscle groups at once, which gives you the absolute most bang for your buck and provides that critical signal for muscle growth. All right, let's move on to our second pillar, which builds right on top of the first one, smart cardio. And I gotta stress that keyword here, smart. The goal isn't to just go run for hours and hours. That can actually backfire and start breaking down the very muscle you're working so hard to build. We need a much more strategic approach here. The whole point of our cardio is to burn fat while protecting that precious muscle. So about 2 to 3 sessions a week is really the sweet spot. We're talking moderate intensity stuff, like a good brisk walk or a bike ride. Or, hey, if you're short on time, high intensity interval training, or HIIT, is an amazing option. It just torches calories in a super short amount of time and can boost your metabolism for hours after you're done, all without spending forever on a treadmill. So here's a quick look at how these two pillars really work together as a team. On one side, you've got your high-intensity strength training, which you're doing a bit more frequently to build muscle. And on the other, you've got your moderate-intensity cardio, which you're doing a little less frequently just to burn fat. See, it's a perfect partnership. Of course, all the training in the world doesn't matter without the most critical piece of this entire puzzle, our third pillar, strategic nutrition. You have to think of this as the fuel for your body's transformation engine. I mean, you can't build a house without bricks, and you sure can't build muscle without the right nutrients. So, ideally, your plate should look something like this. The biggest slice is for high-quality protein. That's absolutely essential for repairing and building new muscle tissue. Then you need complex carbohydrates to give you that sustained energy to power through your workouts. And finally, healthy fats. They are so crucial for hormone regulation, which, believe it or not, plays a huge role in both muscle growth and fat loss. Let's make this super practical. For protein, you're thinking things like lean meats, eggs, beans, or even a whey protein shake for easy recovery. For those energy-giving carbs, focus on stuff like oats and brown rice. And for those all-important healthy fats, stock up on things like nuts, seeds, and olive oil. This isn't about some crazy restrictive diet, it's just about making smarter choices. Okay, now for the really crucial point. How many calories should you actually eat? So to lose fat, yeah, you need to be in a calorie deficit, but this is where it gets super tricky. A large deficit, like you see on the right, is just going to drain your energy, and it can actually cause your body to start burning muscle for fuel, which is the exact opposite of what we want. The real goal is a slight deficit. We're talking maybe 200 to 300 calories below your maintenance. It's just enough to nudge your body to pull energy from fat stores, which then helps fuel the process of building new muscle. So now we have our three pillars, strength, cardio, and nutrition, but all of them have to rest on a solid foundation. These are the small daily habits that might seem kind of minor, but trust me, they are absolutely what makes this whole system work. First up is just consistency. This whole process rewards patience. You gotta show up, even on those days you don't really feel like it. Next up is sleep. Seriously, Sleep is probably the most underrated performance enhancer out there. This is when your body does the real work of repairing and growing muscle. If you skimp on sleep, you're skimping on your results. And finally, hydration. Just think of water as the oil that keeps your entire engine running smoothly. When it's all said and done, it comes down to this one idea. Body recomposition isn't some 30-day blitz or a quick fix. It's about the small, smart choices you make every single day. They all compound over time to create really incredible long-term results. So, the final question is really for you. You have the blueprint now, you get the pillars, you get the foundation. Looking at this whole picture, from the strength training to your sleep, what is the one small habit you can commit to starting today? Because that one small step, that's where every great transformation begins.